Hi, this is Scott with 4D Tech. Today we're going to talk about replacement Ford OEM touchscreens for sync systems. If you have a damaged or non-working Ford Sync 8-inch touchscreen, then this video is for you. A few types of failures that we see is the screen is actually physically broken by something or someone. Also, a failure that we see quite a bit is the digitizer will fail, which is the front of the screen that actually picks up the touch function. Another failure that we've seen is it's very common that the 11 and 12 Ford vehicles that came with My Ford Touch and Sync 2, these were the first 2 years that Sync 2 My Ford Touch was available, they have a known APIM failure. The APIM is the brain attached to the back of the screen. And many of those fail and cause the touchscreen to be completely blank. Many people confuse this with having a failed touchscreen and order a touchscreen and it doesn't fix their issue. So if you do have an 11 or 12 of My Ford Touch and your screen is blank, give us a call or shoot us an email. We'll help you out to figure out what you need for parts to get up and going again. So let's talk a little bit about the differences in these screens. These are the two My Ford Touch Sync 2 replacement screens, and these are the Sync 3. The difference between the two different styles for each Sync 2 and Sync 3 is the way that the brackets mount to them. So we'll show you here, this is a replacement screen for My Ford Touch Sync 2. You'll see the connectors on the back, the brain bolts to the back and mates to the connector. This is what's referred to as a recessed or step-sided screen. You can see that the back edge of the screen steps in where the bracket's attached to it. Now we'll show you what's called the flat-sided screen in the My Ford Touch. So same mounting for the APIM brain on the back of it, but the mounting for the brackets is different. It's just a flat side or standard mount on the side of the screen. The two Sync 3 screens have the same differences in mounting. There's the step-sided screen available, and the brackets bolt into the recess there. And then there's also the flat-sided or standard mount available for the Sync 3. Also with the Sync 3 screens, the brain bolts to these 3 screws here onto the back of the screen, and instead of a connector being in the middle, they use this screen cable here that plugs into here and then loops down and plugs into the brain. By the way, we also offer these screen cables, replacement screen cables, on our website as well if you have a broken or damaged one. So the recessed and standard mount are not interchangeable with each other because the brackets are different. So it depends on your year and model whether it uses a standard mount or a recessed mount. And we'll go over how to figure that out on our website. Also, take note that the Sync 2 and Sync 3 screens are not interchangeable. You can't put Sync 3 on a Sync 2 screen. As we showed you, the connectors are different on the back, the mounting is different, and it's a different operating platform. So now we'll move over to the website and show you how to find your proper touch screen and how to purchase it.
Okay, we are at the 4D Tech website here, 4dtech.com, and we're going to show you how to find that replacement touchscreen. So there's a couple different ways of going about this. Under Accessories Touchscreens, you'll see the touchscreens available here. If you're unsure of what you have, another way you can go about this is use our Make Model Year tool. Let's say you got a Ford Fusion 2014. Hit Go. Yep, I got a My Ford Touch 8-inch, and here's the replacement touchscreen. Okay, let's go back to Accessories Touchscreens where we can see them all lined up here. Sync 1 screen, we didn't talk about this on the bench. There's only one style of the 8-inch touchscreen, one mounting style. And we'll click on that. We'll slide down, and you'll see at the bottom of each of our touch screens for the compatibility. If your screen looks like this, green check mark, this is your screen. If your screen looks like this or this, red X, this screen will not work for your application. So let's go back to touch screens again. And we'll talk about the Sync to My Ford Touch that we looked at on the desk. So we got, these are the different mounts, the 8-inch standard mount, 8-inch recessed mount, 6.5-inch standard mount. These are the mounts that we talked about. So when you're ready, you select your type and hit Add to Cart. To find which style mounting is for you, you just slide down in the listing here, and we show 8-inch standard mount, and then we list the models and years. 8-inch recessed mount, we list the models and years. 6.5-inch standard mount, models and years. And you'll see down here, you got this one, red X, nope. You got this style screen, yep. This style screen, no. So we'll drop back to touch screens again here. Take a look at the Sync 3 screens. 8-inch standard mount, 8-inch recessed mount, 6.5-inch standard mount. So what you also want to keep in mind here, obviously our prices could change since this video. They've stayed pretty consistent to this point. But what I want to make sure I point out is that you know that the different mounting styles of the Sync 3s have a significant cost difference because of how they're manufactured and who makes them. So that's something to keep in mind. You want to actually click on the radio buttons to make sure you're seeing the right price. So the Sync 3 screen set up the same way. 8-inch standard mount tells you the models and years for the recessed mount, and models and years for the 6.5-inch standard mount. You have graphics that look like this. Check mark, this one's for you. Looks like this or this. Nope, this screen is not going to work for you. So I hope that this video helped you out a little on figuring out which replacement touch screen you need for your Ford vehicle. I'm Scott with 4D Tech. Thank you for checking out the video.